Where is my chat? There you go, so I can see everybody's chat. We are live, I think. Let's see. All right. So we are live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it, we have it. And we are here to bring news. Let's see, 1 second. We are here. Fabulous. Let's see. Okay, so we are going to talk about the new parole program that was just announced from the White House. So President Biden announces a process to promote unity and stability of families. This was just announced, so this is like a third reading for us. I barely read it a couple of times. And hold on, let's see. Okay, this is not working, but it should. Hold on. All right. So you guys can hear me on TikTok. Just give me a thumbs up so I know, please. Thanks. Let's talk about this parole program that was just announced by the White House. Just give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. All right. Got it. Fabulous. Okay, good. Good. All right. So we are live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, we have it. Most of the chats usually come from TikTok. So let me know any questions you guys have on this new parole program. So first, let's talk about it. Okay. It's a two-part. There are two parts to this parole program. Okay. First, it announced that is for one part is for family and one is for those people who are here in the United States, graduated with a degree, and now they have no way of obtaining work visas. So there are two different things. One is families and one is for employment. So let's talk about families first. Actually, let's talk about employment first. So it says that this is exactly what it reads, and then I'm going to break it down to you guys, okay? So on the employment side, it says today's announcement will allow individuals, including DACA recipients and other dreamers who have earned a degree. So DACA and other dreamers, think about that first, then who earned a degree at an accredited U.S. institution of higher education. So we are definitely looking at someone with 4-year college degree or higher, and who has received an offer of employment from a U.S. employer in a field related to their degree. So if you got a degree in mass communications and you got a job offer for engineering, it's just not going to work, right? So they need to be in a related field. So it says that recognizing that it's in our national interest to ensure these individuals who are educated in the United States, so remember the degree has to be from the United States, are able to use their skills and education to benefit the United States. So they are going to facilitate the employment visa process for those who have graduated from college and have a high-skilled job offer. Now, remember these announcements, guys. This announcement that's all there is to it so far on the employment side, okay? And it clearly states no forms will be available, no application process will be available until later this summer. We, of course, expect legal challenges to this as well. So remember, even though it has been announced, this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to talk to your immigration lawyer and see if you do qualify, if you are eligible. Of course, you would have to schedule a full consultation so they know your entire immigration history, your education history, and so on. So that was on the employment side, okay? So let's just move on to the family side, which is typically the one that elicits the most questions, okay? So let's read what it says, okay? And then we're going to break it down into pieces. So first, I'm going to read the eligibility. To be considered on a case-by-case basis for this process, an individual must be present in the United States without admission or parole. So that means you entered likely without inspection, you entered without a visa, you entered without parole, okay? If you entered and overstay your visa, this does not apply to you, okay? That's the first thing. So you have to be present without admission or parole. Present means you are currently in the United States and you can prove it, okay? Second, you have been continuously present in the United States for 10 years as of June 17, which is last night, okay? So you have been continuously present in the United States. That's going to be the biggest issue for most people to prove. Not the fact that they enter the United States when they enter, but they have been continuously present in the United States for at least 10 years as of last night, okay? As of yesterday. So you would have to show that you entered the United States, you established a life here, you have lots of paperwork to prove that you were here, okay? And the third prong of this analysis is to show that you have a legally valid marriage to a US citizen as of last night. Getting married today after the announcement won't count. You got married yesterday, it will count. It doesn't matter how long ago. You still have to be married. You cannot be divorced. You can't, at least that's what the announcement says, okay? So remember, the first three things that we need to worry about are present in the United States without a visa, okay? Has been continuously present in the United States for at least 10 years as of yesterday. So you have been here since June 18, 2014, okay? And you have a legally valid marriage to a US citizen as of yesterday, okay? So seriously consider talking to your immigration attorney to see if this applies to you, if this qualifies, see what is going on, okay? So let's break it down a little bit into pieces because there is more to it than that, okay? Individuals must have no disqualifying criminal history or otherwise constitute a threat to national security or public safety. Basically, they want people who are squeaky clean, don't have a criminal record that disqualify them. Now, be careful because not all criminal records disqualify someone from applying for this program, okay? It could disqualify you if you have certain felonies, certain crimes that make you inadmissible into the United States. Not all crimes disqualify you. And also it depends a lot on where the crime occurred. If driving without a license in one state may disqualify you, whereas driving without a license in another state may not disqualify you, okay? And that's just a simple example so you guys get the idea, okay? And then it says you should otherwise merit a favorable exercise of discretion. So what does that mean? It means that you have to convince them, okay, that you are worthy of their approval. Remember, everything about immigration, US immigration, is discretionary. There is no right to any immigration benefit. Immigration is not a right, it's a benefit. And when it's a benefit, the burden of proof is on you to show that you qualify, okay? So remember, this is the new parole. It has not yet taken place. It actually does say, okay, where it says, in order to be considered for parole, an individual will need to file the form with documentation to show they meet the requirements and pay the fee. Further information, including a notice in the Federal Register, will be published later this summer. So it was announced. It's not actually happening yet. This is the time to start collecting documents, working, okay? Working on doing this. Talk to your immigration attorney. This is the most important part of that, okay? Now, upon receipt of the application, okay, this is important, guys. USCIS will determine on a case-by-case basis if they want to grant you parole and if they want to exercise their discretion and approve it. All requests will be taken into consideration and they will consider immigration history, They want to see how many times did you cross the border illegally. Criminal history, the results of background checks, okay, and other relevant information, okay. Now, what they are going to do is some people will be eligible for permanent residency. If, let's say, you just entered the United States and, once you didn't go back and forth, you have been here 10 years, you're married to a US citizen, you have no arrests, no criminal record, nothing whatsoever like that, then you are probably going to be eligible to get your green card. Those who may have some issues, they might still be able to get a work permit and a social security number, but they may not be able to apply for residency. So please, guys, keep that in mind. So let's address a couple of your questions before I go over into this. Ricardo is asking on YouTube, apart from DACA or F1 overstay, how does this help anyone else? Does U.S. University accept person without status to study? It doesn't say that, and this announcement has nothing to do with that, okay? For those who are without status, okay, if you don't have currently DACA, you are not able to do it, okay? Every university, however, is different, but those conferring degrees, they will require that you do have a valid student visa, okay? Let's address some questions from TikTok. See if I can get to some of you. Hopefully they're pertaining to this, what I just talked about. If not, I'll see. Let's see. Oh, important before we go on, those who already have a 601A pending, which is a waiver of the unlawful presence, might be able, they are the perfect candidates for this, okay? You already can show exercise of favorable discretion, and you're the perfect candidate if you have 10 years here and you can prove it, because this would eliminate all that 4 or 5 years wait that it is on the 601A. So let's see. What about not married to U.S. citizen and living in the U.S. for more than 10 years? Are they eligible to adjust? Not under this parole, no. This is specifically for those married to a U.S. citizen. We have many clients married to permanent residents. No, they will not be able to do anything based on this, okay? Now, it's very unclear, for example, if let's say you've been here more than 10 years, you're married to a permanent resident, okay? And you can prove anything else. If it's unclear, we don't know yet until it's going to be published in the Federal Register, what will apply, if, what will happen if your spouse is a permanent resident but now applies for citizenship. I think all the criteria has to have been met before yesterday, okay? So I don't think that's going to be a workaround, but we never know. There is going to be significant legal challenges on this. I'm still looking for some questions here. Marriage-based case pending for 15 months. What can I do? Give us a call, book a consultation. We can look at your case and see what's holding it up. 15 months is not a long time. Hopefully you did get the work permit, okay? And the social. Let's see. Okay. What if we are already in the process of 601A and it says it's pending? Perfect candidate, Priscilla, give us a call. Okay. Or talk to your immigration lawyer. Okay. You probably do have one. Please, not a notario. Thanks. And talk to and see if you can qualify. And there is no harm in applying for this as well if you do meet the criteria. Remember, the program has just been announced. There is no formal process to apply for yet. If anybody is telling you you can apply for this right now, they're lying to you just to take your money, okay? Let's see. I-130 parents processing time. It depends. Are they here? Are they there? Where did you apply? When did you apply? It is very easy to see on the USCIS's website. Just go to USCIS processing time, really. Just put the form number there and it will tell you based on the category, okay? If you have a current social security number, do you still need to answer yes in question I-485 about social security number? It depends on your situation. Some people should say yes, some people should say no. We typically say yes, but that's not right for every case. It's been 407 days, but didn't receive my asylum green card. Do you have an immigration attorney that you're working with? You should contact them and see what's going on, okay? 407 days is not that bad for a green card application. Just because you were granted asylum doesn't mean you already applied for the green card, but assuming you did, you probably did. You want to check the processing times based on that on USCIS's website, okay? Family petition transferred to another office. Okay, what's the question? How about someone who was married to US citizen? If you are not married at this time, you do not qualify for parole. They want family unity. Okay, I married with US citizen and have unlawful entry, and I'm looking for 601 waiver with BIA appeal. Okay, but this might still be a good option for you if you already have been in the United States longer than 10 years as of yesterday. You should definitely contact an immigration attorney to see if this applies to you and if it's an option, okay? Okay, let's see. All right, so no more questions besides those. So we are good. So let's go over this again. So remember, you have to have been in the United States for at least 10 years. So that means June 17, 2014. You have to be married, currently married to a US citizen. And what else was there? You'd be present without admission or parole. If you entered on a visa, overstay your visa, this does not apply to you because those people have other options, okay? So this is what they are trying to do on that part. Some people will be able to get green cards. Some people will be able to only get work permits. And you should have your immigration attorney look at this. This is important. Don't take it lightly. Whatever current process you have right now may be affected by it, may not be affected by it, okay? How about not married to US citizen? I already addressed that. No, you have to be married to a US citizen. There is no other option. All right, so I addressed those questions. All right, I think I'm good on the question. Oh, good. So you've been here 10 years, happily married for 10 years. Fabulous. So give us a call if you don't have an immigration attorney. We can look at your case, see if this is a better option for you than the 601A. My case with affirmative asylum, and I don't have any appointment interview with USCIS, how long will it take? This is the answer I give to all my clients, and I'm not joking. Anywhere between 2 months and 15 years, because that's how long it takes. It depends. It used to be first in, first out. Then they changed to last in, first out. Now they are back to first in, first out. So your guess is just as good as ours. We have some asylum cases that have been pending for 11 years, and we have one we filed in February, already had their interview. So you never know. Consider yourself lucky if you're still in affirmative asylum and it's pending because you have a work permit, okay? Now, if you entered more than 10 years ago and you're married to a US citizen, you have more options. Okay, Corey, what's the question? I'm married to a US citizen and I'm in the DACA program. Tanya, how did you enter the United States? Because this parole program requires that you enter the United States without inspection. Give us a call and let's see which is the better option for you. If you entered with a visa, you have different options. So, Corey, I'm with child now. This is a lesbian relationship. In the interview, what the question will be about how the baby was conceived. You just tell the truth. You have to tell the truth. Don't you think they know how physics works? All right, let's see. Is this only for marriage? How about the citizen's parents? Parents are not listed into this. It does not apply. But they did say that children in these relationships will be able to benefit as well. So if you guys have been married for, say, 10 years, you have 3 kids or 2 kids who are older than that, okay? Because maybe you didn't get married for the first 5 years of being in a relationship, but you had children, they may be able to benefit from this program, okay? Sylvia, we are located in, where are we located? We are in Florida, but we do immigration. Immigration is federal. We help clients everywhere. I think there is one state where I don't have clients right now. I think that's South Dakota, okay? But we help clients no matter where they are. What if we get married now? Too late. That doesn't mean you don't have other options, okay? We've been living together many years, have kids already. If the other party is a US citizen, you may have other options. Depends on how you enter the country. Getting married now will not get you into this parole, but that doesn't mean you don't have other options. Give us a call. For those of you who are asking, our number is 954-466-0070. You find us on the bio. Please click on the bio and you'll see the information there. You can book a paid consult, okay? This is our free advice. All right, let's see. Just applied to 601. 601, you still need. If you applied for 601 and not the 601A, okay, that means there are other issues of inadmissibility, okay? So if that's the case, this parole may not be for you. We will not know until we get that part, okay? If you applied for 601A, then it's different. If you have a permanent bar, they said that you might be eligible for a work permit, but you will not be eligible for a green card. What if I'm married to a US citizen 5 years? Then you should already have looked into your options with an immigration attorney. Guys, if you're married to a US citizen and you haven't done anything, that means you haven't taken the right steps to see what your options are. You have options in most cases. It depends when you entered, how you entered. Just because you don't qualify under this parole doesn't mean you don't qualify under other programs, okay? Doesn't mean there are no options for you. You would know what your options are if you go and meet with an immigration attorney. Give us a call, okay? What about multiple entry bar? Yeah, that's called a permanent bar. You get a work permit if everything else matches, meaning you're otherwise admissible, you don't have a criminal record, you have other things. How long does it take to bring son or daughter to the United States for a US citizen? Depends on the age of the child, okay? Give us a call. We can help you with that. If you are the US citizen and your child is under the age of 18, okay, or your spouse's child is under the age of 18, they are your stepchild. You can bring them here as permanent residents. If not, there are other options, okay? Tanya, I entered the US. Yes, guys, all these facts. I cannot provide individual advice. By the time I read 3 questions later, I forgot what yours was. So, and I'm not going to remember. As a truck driver, can I self-apply for I-140? No, you cannot. Can I marry him today and apply for parole in place? No, you cannot. But that doesn't mean you are not eligible for other options. Jaws, my husband and son, my parents are citizen. I just applied for 601. K visa overstayed in 2002. Jaws, tell me, did you marry the same the same person that got you here on your K1? If not, then you cannot adjust in the United States, period. If it's somebody else, you entered with a K, the only way you are ever going to get a green card is by leaving the United States to get your visa at the consulate. All right. So I think I've been with my father of my kids 27 years. You married today? Nope. If I'm here for the last 9 years. Hold on. Christina. You've been with the father of your kids 27 years. If I marry him today, that means he's a US citizen. Why haven't you guys gotten married? Second, you do have children. The children are probably US citizens. Seriously, you're just sitting on a green card somehow. Okay, give us a call. I'm here for the last 9 years, married to a US citizen. PIP doesn't apply to me. No, but that doesn't mean you do not have other options. You guys don't know what you don't know. Let's assume, okay, let's assume I need to go to a doctor because I'm in pain, okay? If I don't go to a doctor and I still have pain, that means I haven't taken the steps necessary to figure out what's wrong with me and to fix my situation, right? To fix the pain. You have to do that because I'm no doctor. I don't know how to diagnose myself, okay? If you are working retail, God bless you. I don't know how you do it. I could never work retail, but I don't know anything about retail. So I know that I don't know anything about retail. Don't assume you know what your options are. unless you have met with an immigration attorney. And let me add one more thing. Immigration law changes every day, like today, right? I wake up in the morning and you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what news there are. You don't know how it changed, who's eligible, who's not eligible. It could be people that we are working on who are all of a sudden no longer eligible. Thankfully, this is not the case today. If you are not meeting with an immigration attorney to revisit your situation at least once every 6 months, you're just accepting the fact that you have no papers and you like it. I know it's the harsh truth, but come on, guys. There are options. I'm married for more than 10 years. I'm waiting for 601A. I qualify for parole. Assuming you do not have other issues that make you disqualified? Yes. Okay. I'll address a couple more questions and that's it for today. My mom's a US citizen. I'm married and didn't work. So what can I do? I'm over 30. Meet with an immigration attorney. I have DACA. Can I apply for a U visa? Can I travel for humanitarian reason? And how long EAD will take? If you have DACA, you should definitely apply for a travel permit. Okay. Bobby, if you also applied, you can also apply for a U visa. Doesn't prevent you. Okay. If you are the victim of a violent crime. You can travel, you can get an advance parole. Be very careful. They don't grant them all. Hire an immigration attorney to help you with that. Okay. And once you re-enter the United States, you might have other options. Okay. How long does the EAD take? When they grant it, it's good for about 5 years, I think, these days. Depends on the category. But they do take a long time now. Sorry, 6 to 9 months. How much it affects me? I have a charge of assault. Married to a citizen, I have TPS. If you have TPS, depending on where the assault occurred, in what state, how did the assault happen, what is the outcome of your criminal case, all those things are for an immigration attorney to do a full analysis. And it requires a full legal analysis, okay? It's not as simple, do I qualify or not, okay? If you've been here more than 10 years not married, it doesn't apply to you. Maybe you have a parent who qualifies. I don't know. All right. So that 601 waiver will take years. Officers, I will contact. Okay. Of course, I'll contact your office. Please do, because 601A waivers, right now, we just got an approval for an application filed in 2019. So yeah, this parole process might be a little bit faster, and nothing prevents you from doing the parole process if you already have another process pending, okay? So I know for those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I'm looking down because I have my TikTok over here. So sorry about that. That's where we get the most questions. All right, let's see. All right. So I addressed pretty much all the questions that are there. Give us a call, guys, 954-466-0070. It is not a free consultation. So if you think you're going to get it for free, it's not. This is my free advice. I do this live quite regularly, so you guys can join us. Okay. So case being actively reviewed means nothing. They just means they finally got to it. Okay. So give us a call if you don't have the number. Again, 954-466-0070. If you don't have it, go to our bio and you'll find our information there. It will take you to our website and then you can give us a call. Okay, so good to see you guys, but I do have to go to immigration appointments.